Alright man, so as you can see, this is exactly the problem that is holding you back from getting a more analog sound. What is up everybody, it is your boy Farai, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to be showing you how to get more analog sounding rap vocals in FL Studio without needing expensive plugins. To me it's all about the theory, and I think a lot of y'all are skipping out on that, and that's why you're getting results that are too harsh, too bright, and too kind of overwhelming. Alright, now let me firstly show you what I'm seeing a lot of these days, okay? And it's going to be that I'm seeing EQs that are set up like this before the vocal chain, between the vocal chain. I'm seeing multiple instances of these EQs, and this is what it sounds like, even with the nice vocal chain going on.
In the world.
Call up my Lehman cause I need some drink. Kickstand, I just put up a plane. Rockstar, yeah, I'm harder than
Right? At first glance, at first listen, it's like, oh man, that's bright and that's clear. But the more you mix, the more your brain starts to like recognize that something is wrong, okay? And this is where the kind of over EQing, over compressing, kind of stressing out, adding in all these crazy things, that's where those types of problems start to stack up, okay? So the first thing is get rid of EQs like this, okay? Do what I'm gonna do, okay? And that is to focus in on what I'm gonna call the step one, which is your saturation and subtractive EQ stage, okay? Now as you can see right here, we got some subtractive EQ going on, okay? We also have the Farai's vocal enhancer, all right? Now this is the FL12 version, so I'm just going to show you the one over here, which looks like this, okay? But we got the exact same EQ with a bit of vocal enhancer, okay? Now that is saturation, which then goes into a subtractive equalizer, all right? Do this before you mix your vocals because it is going to make all the difference towards the end. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bypass the rest of the vocal chain and just have the vocal enhancer on as well as this EQ, and you're going to hear how it sets the stage for the rest of the chain, all right? Just first listen and I'll explain more.
In the world.
Call up my Lehman cause I need some drink. Kickstand, I just put up a plane. Rockstar, yeah, I'm harder than pain. Hey, I hit that boy like a fade. Walk hard and put that in a figure.
Right, so can you hear the problem that we identified with this vocal before we had the saturator on and before we had the subtractive EQ on is that the vocal sounded a bit too woolly, it sounded a bit too tubby, right? And so as you can see, the treatment shows, or the EQ treatment shows exactly the problem that the vocal had, and it was that there was too much low mids going on. Why? We can visually see that because, you know, what is the EQ curve that has the most reduction on it? 325. Right, we went and we listened first and then we made our changes, right? We added in a bit of intelligence, we got rid of some of the kind of harshness, but from then on we could then work, right? So as you can see, we aren't immediately doing what I say a lot of y'all do, which is like to go crazy on the first EQ and assume that that one EQ is going to solve all your problems. It's just going to introduce more problems, okay? So stop thinking like that, all right? So saturation into subtractive EQ, stage one. All right, so stage two is going to then be, right, the stage where you can actually start equalizing and tonal balancing your vocal and adding in the different types of EQs that you like, okay? Now as you can see with the FreeVST version, we just have a very simple EQ going on, okay? This EQ right here, which is from SSL, and all it is a little bit of low passing, high passing, bit of a high end boost, low shelf cut. And as you can see, all that looks like is this, okay? This is the exact curve of what's going on, right? We're getting rid of some of the low end, getting rid of some of that kind of bassy frequencies, and then doing a little bit of a boost in the top end, okay? Simple changes like that, once you've done your subtractive EQ, are gonna make a lot more of a difference than if you were, again, I'll keep referencing this EQ curve, you know, it's gonna make a lot of more of a difference than doing this, right? Because you're essentially trying to do everything in one, not gonna work, okay? So treat what you've done after your saturation and subtractive EQ, you know, lightly, right? You can just start going in and listening and comparing and seeing what you like and, you know, making subtractive cuts, adding in a little bit here and there, okay? But to me, you know, de-essing and EQing and doing everything that you want to do after that first stage is going to make all the difference. So try this out, okay? Now the third stage is going to be making use of multi-band compression, okay? Not enough people are making use of multi-band compression. I see too many people using normal compressors, trying to, you know, clamp the vocal down when you don't always need to do that, okay? As you can see with this vocal chain, we're only really compressing, like proper compression towards the end of our chain, okay? But we are multi-band compressing beforehand. Now, this is not really a visually appealing plugin in terms of tutorial content, so I'm just going to go over to the paid VST version. I'm going to be showing you what the Pro MB is doing, okay? And as you can see, we have two bands set up, same thing on the free version, right, with the free multi-band. All we are doing is we're focusing in on the low mids, and then we're focusing in on the kind of you know, upper mid-range to treble, okay, and we're treating those two bands separately. We don't need to focus on the extreme low end because a vocal doesn't really have much going on there, as well as in the extreme top end, right? There's really not much going on there. It's really in the middle of that vocal where we need to focus. So as you can see, just pay attention.
Call out my lean man cause I need some drink. Kickstand, I just put up a plane. Rockstar, yeah, I'm hard in the paint. Ayy, hit that boy, walk hard and put that in a fago. Stuff in the bricks when you talking no Lego. Pull up with sticks, we got.
Right, can you hear how when I soloed out the vocal, you could hear, you know, we got the low end, right, where that woolliness and that kind of like muddiness is going to pop out. And then we've got everything here. When you solo it, it sounds telephonic, right? So we're really treating those two bands differently. And just think about it like a speaker, right? If a speaker has a low end driver and then a tweeter, you're treating those two bands so that they sound good on both of those drivers, right? So set the crossover based on where you think is important, and then just do a little bit of multi-band, and I swear to you, it's going to glue your vocal more. You're going to hear way more kind of clarity out of your vocal, okay? So try that out. All right, now lastly, as a bonus, you know, once you've got your vocal dialed in, you know, a lot of times you're going to find that your vocal just doesn't sound fun, right? You can really EQ a vocal. Some beats are going to sound, I mean, some mixes are going to sound really good if the beat sounds really wide and good, just having that vocal mono. But a lot of the times you're going to want to add a little bit of something, okay? And my trick for today's video is to add a doubling effect, okay? So as you can see, we've got the main vocal right here. That's being sent to, you know, a automation delay, right? We don't need to talk about that. I've done videos on that. But more so, for example, what we have here is this underground doubler, right? And what I'm using is this Valhalla Space modulator, okay? And this is the default preset, and this just sounds really good, okay? So if we just solo this out, let's go somewhere else in the track.
Police a puddle, they do what I say so. Think of Kobe, bitch, you know I'm ballin' like the NBA.
There you rarely hear it, right? So if we turn off all of the effects,
Police a puddle, they do what I say so. Think of Kobe, bitch, you know I'm ballin' like the NBA.
right, the vocal kind of sounds really in your face, but once we add this in, right,
Police a puddle, they do what I say so. Think of Kobe, bitch, you know I'm ballin' like the NBA.
right, like NBA sounds more 3D, okay? So mess around with different types of effects. I've done tons of videos going into flange. I can do another one, comment below if you'd like. But that's just one of the many tricks that we can use. We can also use parallel compression to get a result that we like if we want a little bit more kind of punch or presence within the vocal, right? But yeah, man, those are kind of my tricks on achieving a more analog sound within the box, okay? It's all to do with the theory behind what you're doing and the order of the plugins that you're placing, and not much to do with the preamp that you're using, with the expensive plugins that you're using. Those don't matter, okay? Because as you can hear, we're getting a pretty similar result with this.
Police a puddle, they do what I say so. Think of Kobe, bitch, you know I'm ballin' like the NBA. Pull up smoking joke.
Right, it's all there, you know what I mean? You're not going to notice a difference. Your listeners are not going to notice a difference. So yeah, man, hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below what you'd like to see next, and as always, you know, check out the links in the description as well. Links towards this preset pack, as well as to a bunch of other stuff, right? Vocal enhance, as well as different courses, different presets. But yeah, man, I'll check out the next one. Peace out.